You guessed it, I'm gay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've actually put out 2 videos in a week. I know it's amazing, but this is kind of a better version. Let me turn off. Find the control. I'm sorry. Give me 1 minute. Or you're gonna hear it with my fan background because I've never put the controller for my thing unless I'm. Wait. Wow, I use this problem with my camera sometimes. I'm so dumb. 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. This thing never turns off. There we go. Okay, you're back. I'm so sorry about that slight distraction, but this is my coming out story. Because I did this one of these before, and it didn't work out very well, to say. It was very hard to hear me, so here is part 2 of it. So, for those who don't know, I just said I am gay. And yes, I embrace it every single day of my life. Well, not in that sense, but I am very, very, very happy with who I am. And I accept it for who I am. And this is going to be my coming out story to you guys because, why not? So, all my life I have this thing where in 6th grade we came around and, you know, you really started to pick up on girls and stuff, and everyone would talk about hot girls, and I was like, well, that guy's cute. And I was like, oh, maybe this is just a phase. I always thought I was attracted to guys. It's weird. I was like, maybe this is a phase, I don't know. Because I thought some girls are pretty too, but I never really put too much thought into it until I started to get older. You know, it was just fine. I just thought, whatever, you know. In the time I was in high school, was not really, I mean, we were steps to, like, where we wanted to be. We were here. We need to be here. We were about here when I was in high school. Now we're up here, you know what I'm saying? We're all the way up here now, you know. We have made such great progress as a community nowadays. I'm so happy about it. But yeah, this is my coming out story for those of you who are interested in knowing that when I was 12, like I said, it wasn't like the way it is now. You know, people were out, but it wasn't as big. It was still very judgmental. I mean, it was a lot better than what it was back in a while ago. Don't get me wrong on that, 100%. We were taking steps to get where we needed to be. And I always thought that I wasn't really gay. I never really knew. I told people in high school that I might have thought I was bi, but I never fully understood in full circle what I actually was until about maybe my junior year of high school, or near the end. I kind of really figured out that I was very interested in guys and that maybe it wasn't a phase, in that I had to take a step back, and I said, you know what, this is something that I'm proud about, something that everyone around me is proud about, and I should embrace it. I didn't come out for another 3-4 years, but we'll get to that in a little bit. It was 3 years actually. But after high school, the things about liking boys was much stronger. I started to slowly lose attraction to girls. I love knowing that there's some girls out there that are so pretty. I just couldn't see myself dating a lot of them, and I had to realize that, you know what, maybe it's okay. And it was hard, and you know, you don't realize this stuff that right away, that it really is okay for you to embrace it, and it's hard. And I know each and every one of you, if you're ever struggling, you can come talk to me. I don't care, I'll message you and I'll help you. You gotta realize that it's hard, and it's gonna be a process, and no one can tell you you're ready unless it is truly you. There's no one else in this world that can tell you you're ready for anything besides you. Keep that in mind as well. But I had to decide years later, after high school, and I was in the closet. And trust me, I've been back to people now, they're so excited to say finally, people did know. I mean, some people just know, and I wasn't offended by that, but I mean, just be careful, I would say, because some people will not realize that it's not okay to say, like, oh, I knew you were gay because from the start. Like, I personally don't care, so I'll ask, like, oh, did you know? But like, for those of you who don't, just be prepared for that. And there's nothing wrong with people knowing it's you, and you should be happy that people picked up on it. That's how I view things, but just know that there is always been the part of the people that knew you were. Or you are. You're not. You weren't. You know what I mean. But I told myself that I was starting to get ready near the end of college. You know, I was like, my last couple of things, I was like, I'm trying to figure myself out, and I knew maybe like my sophomore year of college, I knew, well, it's kind of weird because like I'm still a sophomore, but it's a long story. I'll maybe do that for another video. But it was my second year of college, and I was super excited because I had finally figured out who I was just that summer. That maybe this isn't a phase. I figured I was not attracted to girls, and I was, decided to say, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with this. I'm happy. There's nothing I should hide. It's okay. The world around me is gonna love me, and if people don't, I realize it's gonna be their loss and not mine. That I shouldn't be worried about what other people think about me, because even though it's scary, what was more important in the end is how you feel comfortable, and you being able to be this version of yourself that has always been a version of you that you've never got to embrace before. And it was so meaningful to me because I remember I told my first friend, I just felt so good to say, hey, I'm gay, and there's nothing wrong with me, and I hope you understand. And they were super supportive. Don't talk to that person anymore, but it was just so great to kind of tell that first person, because then it's like once you're that first person, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And eventually I told my mom, and I had my brother, my sister, and the hardest part about this all was before I officially have to like come out, and I made it like we're blessed today in the fact that we have social media to put this stuff out there, because a lot of time people didn't have that back then, but we have that today. And I was able to, before I put in social media, there's the person I was the most afraid in the entire world to tell that I was gay, and that was my father. And it was, I remember I was sitting in the kitchen table, we were at our dining room table, because my parents were divorced. So it was my stepmom, my dad, and me, and we were sitting there, and I remember we just having a conversation about stuff, because I was having a lot of problems at the time, talking about my life, and I said, well, there is something, one last thing. They said, okay, you're good, anything else you want to talk about? I said, there is something, one last thing I have to tell you. And I started crying. My stepmom, my dad, everyone looked at me. They were kind of confused. They didn't know where this was quite going. And I was like, I have to feel comfortable myself, and I don't want you to hate me. That this is just something I have to tell you. I don't want to hide this from you anymore. And that I promise, just like you guys promise you'll love me still, and for no matter what. And at this point, I think I kind of knew where I was going, and I very, very nervously and almost like mumbled the words and said, I'm gay. And I told my dad, and it was rough. But my dad was always he's gotten so much better, and he's so understanding of it now. Like, it just. And people love you. They just know that they will overcome with their beliefs or whatever they feel. They love you. I mean, 9 times out of 10, like I was so scared to my father, because it's just, I knew he wasn't, not that he was like anti-gay, but he wasn't, he's not like, what I'm saying, like not too high on it. I mean, he came so far over it, and he's been able to be so great because, I think it's really helped him open the eyes to more people that are gay, because of, the personal experience and the way he relates to it, that he has me, that I told him. And it was great to really feel that comfort. I mean, and it's so weird having two opposite spectrums, I have to say it too, but it was great to feel that comfort and for him to finally accept me. It took, he was always accepting of me, but it took some time for him to really embrace it and be okay, like understand it. And it was weird because in the opposite spectrum, my mom, I remember coming home from work one day, I told her, just like, I have to tell you something. And I sure I was just like, without nothing, I was like, Mom, I'm gay. And she was just like, okay. And she was just like so happy, and she's like, I still love you. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. She was happy. She was so proud of me that I finally was able to do it, because my mom's told me before, she's like, she's known since I was like 8 years old. I mean, she said she's just like always known. And she was just waiting for me to say it to her one day. And yeah, that was so easy for me to do it. And I mean, just after my dad, the thing was, he didn't want me to tell people, but overall you gotta realize that maybe some people don't want you to tell people right away, but don't let that take away from you wanting to be free and be yourself. I actually told my dad that I was gonna come out, and I said, if you guys have to get used to it, then we can get used to it together, because I want to be me. I don't want to be, or I was always me, but I want to be me to the fullest potential I can be. I don't want to be like sitting here anymore just being afraid of it, and I want to embrace it and let people know and not be afraid of it, and just feel really comfortable and have that element to say that I can be me now, because now everybody in the world knows. And it happened, and I put it in a social media post, and yeah, I got backlash. People were mad, but I mean, like my dad was mad, but overall it was no, he was okay with it. He just, later on, he realized that it was, it was my choice to make, and I think he realizes now that he said, like, it just wasn't for him to make it, even though he didn't feel comfortable at the time. I think that he knows that overall that it was for me to say when I was ready, and he realizes that now, that like, even though it's hard for your family to digest, you can come out when you're ready. And he was mad for maybe, you guys remember this, like, it was long, maybe a couple of days, a day or two, and everything was back to normal. I mean, it wasn't like this big long thing. And I'm super blessed that I got to come out, and I got so much like love and support throughout everybody, my friends, my family, and everyone who was able to tell me how I felt and that they were excited for me. I think it was something I was extremely blessed to have, that I got such a supportive system behind it, and that today I'm able to embrace myself, be happy with who I am, go out, and like, I used to be so afraid when I first came out, I can tell you this, that I was nervous to be out in public with a guy. I mean, that if you feel that way, if you're just coming out, just trust me, that is totally normal, and you will get over it. And now I can sit and talk to guys for like 3 hours in public, and I feel no shame. I mean, it's who you are, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. You shouldn't if you're out and you're proud, go ahead, have fun with it. Don't let people around you judge you. There's gonna be people out there who are not gonna like it. But if those people are gonna like you, just know, like, if you've seen the show What Would You Do? There's people out there who would defend you. Just remember that. Even if it was real life or whatever, there's always gonna be people to defend you. If someone's gonna violate you or be inappropriate towards you because of who you love, there's gonna be support. And I mean, you will get love, and there's nothing you should hide at the end. Don't be afraid to do in public. And I understand if you are, because I was at first, but then it took me time to realize that I can be me. No one's gonna care. And people will, I guess people will care, but that's not, it's okay, because our country came so far with this that like, most people are like, okay with it. Like, just let people want you to love who you love. And on that note, I want to thank you guys for listening. That I want to tell you that I came out, and I'm so proud of the picture I put on Snapchat that day, which said, "Let's get something straight. I'm not," and it's been a great, what is it, 2.5 years now since I came out, because no, it's a little less than, I was 19, I was like 19 going on 20, I want to say, so, and I just turned 22 now, so, I think it's been about a little over 2 years now, like about a little over 2 years. I'm trying to think, I'm so bad at math, is it? Yeah, it was a little over 2 years, I promise, yeah. I'm so happy that I got to do this, and I'm able to be myself, and I think it's so great and empowering to the people for me to share my story, that I had overcome a lot. And if you are curious, you don't know, that's okay too. Take your time. There's no rush for you to come out or figure out who you are. Whenever you're ready, whenever you figure out who you are, that's when you figure it out. That's when you're ready. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just let nature take its course and let you know. And like, trust me, you're just gonna know one day. Like, if you're gonna wake up one day and be like, I'm gay and I'm gonna tell everyone. You're gonna slowly come out, but you're gonna wake up a few days from now and be like, I'm ready. I don't wanna hide anymore. You're gonna know. Just trust me when I say that. And I love you guys all so much. If anyone's struggling, you feel free to message me. You always have a friend in me. Anybody who is gay and wants to hear the stories, or anybody who just needs their support at all, I am here. You will always have a friend in me to talk to. That I am a super advocate for this community, and I believe in what I believe in, and I'm proud to be gay and everything that I stand for. And I hope that I really could help somebody in this video to really help them, maybe if they're thinking about coming out, to maybe help them feel comfortable with doing it. And I really hope that a lot of you will take a lot from this video, appreciate my time. So please give this a like, comment down below anything you have, give me a subscription, subscribe to my channel so you can always see my content. Make sure you hit my little bell down below because you'll never miss when I post. And with that being said, I love you guys so much. Everyone who's giving me support again, I thank you so much again. Like, comment, subscribe like I said before, and turn on the bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out my previous video and go ahead and follow my social media